Imagine standing in a narrow canyon surrounded by towering red cliffs. The air is dry, silent, until suddenly the rock opens up and reveals an ancient city carved into stone. This is Petra, a city lost for centuries, a place of wonder, mystery, and forgotten dreams. Have you ever imagined discovering a place hidden from the world for over 1,000 years? A place where every stone tells a story and every shadow hides a secret? Today, we're not just exploring Petra, we're diving into its breathtaking history and learning real, natural English along the way. Because when you learn through stories like this, the language sticks. You don't just memorize words, you feel them, you live them. So grab your headphones, open your mind, and get ready to journey through time. Welcome to Stories to Learn English, the channel where your English gets better every day. Hit subscribe and let's get started. This is Petra, the lost city, where the past meets your future in English. Petra isn't just a place and it's a feeling. It's the moment you turn a corner and see a rose red city shining in the desert light. Over 2,000 years ago, in what is now Jordan, Petra rose from the cliffs. Not built, carved directly into the rock. It became a powerful trading hub connecting Arabia, Egypt, Greece, and Rome. Spices, silk, incense, ideas, everything passed through Petra. Back then, it was alive with voices, colors, and culture. A true crossroads between East and West, and yet most of the world had never heard of it. Until its rediscovery, Petra remained hidden for centuries, forgotten by time, preserved by silence. Today it stands as a reminder, even in the middle of nowhere, greatness can rise. Even when buried in stone, stories can survive. Learning English is the same. You don't need a perfect path, you just need the courage to start. So, have you ever dreamed of exploring a lost city? Now you are. And this journey is just beginning. Before Petra became a wonder of the world, it was a vision in the minds of the Nabateans. Who were they? Nomads of the desert, survivors, architects of the impossible. The Nabateans didn't just find a way to live in the desert. They thrived in it. They learned to listen to the land, to collect every drop of rain, to store water in hidden cisterns, to build channels that ran through cliffs and valleys. Their secret weapon? Ingenuity. While other cities waited for rain, Petra controlled it. And their architecture, it wasn't just practical, it was poetic. They carved temples, tombs, and altars directly into the sandstone. No bricks, no cranes, just vision, patience, and stone. That's why today, when we walk through Petra, we're not just seeing ruins, we're hearing the whispers of a people who mastered their environment. Key words to remember from this part: thrive, to grow strong, even in hard conditions. Cistern, a place to store water. Ingenuity, cleverness, and creativity. Carved, cut into stone. Trade route, a path where goods were exchanged between regions. You're not just learning English now, you're walking the path of ancient minds. And your vocabulary is growing with every step. Let's go deeper into Petra, where every corner hides a secret and every stone tells a story. First, we stand before the treasury, the most famous structure in Petra, a towering facade carved with columns, statues, and mystery. Some say it was a royal tomb. Others believe it held hidden treasure. But no one knows for sure. Just imagine this masterpiece carved by hand without machines, still standing after 2,000 years. Now follow the steps, 800 of them, up a steep, rocky path. You'll find the monastery, larger than the treasury, quieter, a sacred place where time seems frozen. Breathe in, feel the silence. You've arrived at the edge of the ancient world, and there's more. The royal tombs lined along the cliffs hold the remains of Nabatean kings. Not just graves, these were monuments of power and legacy, each one carved with purpose, each one facing the rising sun. This city wasn't built for today, it was built for eternity. New words from this journey: facade, the front face of a building, especially grand or decorative; tomb, a burial place, often for someone important; sacred, holy, spiritual, deeply respected; steep, sharply rising or falling; legacy, something left behind to be remembered. When you learn these words inside a story, they don't just stay in your memory, they live in your imagination. That's how English becomes your second nature. Even the greatest cities can fall into silence. Petra was once powerful, wealthy, alive. But over time, the world changed. Earthquakes shook its foundations, trade routes shifted, new empires rose, and Petra slowly faded from maps and from memory. By the 7th century, it was nearly empty. By the 12th, forgotten. Only local Bedouin tribes knew of its existence, and they guarded its secret carefully. For over 600 years, Petra vanished from the world. Then, in 1812, a Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt disguised himself as an Arab traveler. He heard whispers of a lost city and followed them into the canyons. When he saw the treasury for the first time, he wrote, "It is the most astonishing sight I have ever seen." That moment brought Petra back to life. Today, Petra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a symbol of survival, beauty, and timeless human creativity. Just like learning English, sometimes your progress feels hidden. Sometimes the words disappear, but when you keep going, you rediscover your path. Words to take with you, decline. The process of becoming weaker or smaller, rediscovery, finding something again after it was lost. Whisper, a soft, quiet sound or secret. Astonishing, surprising in a wonderful way. Survival, the act of continuing to live even in hardship. So if you ever feel stuck in your learning, remember Petra. Sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones we find again. Petra didn't speak English, but its story teaches us the language of discovery, strength, and wonder. When you learn English through real stories, you don't just learn words, you learn meaning. Let's review some of the key vocabulary you've picked up on this journey. Carved, shaped by cutting, like Petra's cliffs. Thrive, to grow strong, even in harsh conditions. Legacy, something powerful left behind. Astonishing, something that amazes you. Rediscovery, finding again what was once lost. Try saying one of these in your own sentence right now. Not perfectly, just naturally. Petra left a legacy of beauty and strength. I want my English to thrive like the Nabateans did in the desert. You see, that's not memorizing. That's living the language. Petra was carved from stone, but your English is carved from courage. You've just traveled through an ancient city, stepped into a forgotten world, and grown your English without even opening a textbook. That's the power of learning through stories. They stay with you and they shape you. And they prove that language isn't just grammar, it's life. So don't stop here. If Petra can survive the sands of time, you can survive the doubts, the mistakes, the slow days, because every word you learn is one step deeper into your own story. Comment one new word you learned today. Share this video if Petra inspired you, and subscribe for more real stories that will transform your English, one journey at a time. The city may be ancient, but your English journey is just beginning.